All right, here we go, guys, and we are back at the Palm Beach 2025 boat show. A really interesting boat show. I believe my Latitude Boatworks or Latitude Tournament boat video should have come out before this one. You can watch the beginning of that video to get my comments on this boat show. But we're going to look at a really cool boat today, Stanley White 32, Stanley White Boatworks 32. And the reason I included this video is it's not often that I see a boat brand I've never heard of, and it's really not often that I see a boat brand that's been in business for 40 years that I've never heard of. Really cool story behind this. Now look, this is probably a boat most of us will never need to buy, and you'll understand why when we go through the boat, even though 32 feet long, 11-foot beam, twin Yamahas on it. Looks like a regular fishing boat, but it's a lot more than that. Let's just cut into the video and start going over this boat.
All right, guys, we have something really unique here. I'm always intrigued when I walk by a boat brand that I've never heard of, and this is definitely one of them. Stanley White Boatworks. See, it's this beautiful teal color. See the sign here, lifetime hull warranty, and look at the bottom. This is insanely different than any bottom I've ever seen. I have Dave here. Dave, how are you?
Good, thank you.
What can you tell us about this bottom, first of all? This is really unique. I guess it's, I don't even know how to describe this. It almost looks like a stepped hull, but I want to say it's not.
Well, it is very much a stepped hull.
It is a stepped hull,
that's
okay.
air infused.
Oh, interesting, okay.
So that we're getting a lot better performance and speed and economy out of it. Yeah.
Yeah. And what a little bit about the history of Stanley White Boatworks, and I hope I'm not a complete ignoramus for saying it's a brand I've never heard of.
Well, Stanley's been building boats since the mid-80s. Just custom for certain clients, certain kind of fishing. And he's come up with a great idea, and we're looking to build a boat that the big yachts will want to tow.
Right.
Because a production boat in the past has never been built to tow. It's been built to operate,
right.
Use.
Right.
And
but presumably if you have a 90-foot yacht Viking and you get to the Bahamas and you want to go fishing, you could actually use this, right? It's
a big boat tender, exactly what it is.
Yes. Okay. Do you mind if we step on board and take a look at it? Just take my shoes off.
I'm in there. I can't keep that door open, so. Good. Your feet are gonna feel good. We put the.
Yeah, is that deck-it or C-deck?
Yeah, it's similar product.
What are these? 425s, 350s?
300s.
I can't tell. 300s. Okay. And what's the length of this boat?
32 feet.
32 feet. Okay. We'll step on board.
11-foot beam.
11-foot beam. Wow. Wow. Yeah, big wide boat. Very Grady-esque back here. I like this space saver. So you have a rear bench seat here, a mezzanine type seat. You have room for a cooler underneath. You have what looks like a big rigging station here. You see the tackle boxes. You can rig right here. You have a drawer there. You have room for your line there. That's awesome. Nice use of space here. You have 3 rod holders, 4 cup holders. You have a big live well here too. You can see for the divers, there's a couple of openings here where if you want to step to the back onto the transom area, the bracketed area. Is this bracketed?
Yes. 2 transom doors, big well.
Yep. Very nice. I like this too. You have the rod holders at a height where a normal sized human can actually reach the rods, and there's quite a few of them. It looks like 8 or 7, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I was lamenting on a boat a little past you guys how they had this giant rod rack and they had 4 rod holders there, which never makes sense to me if you have that many that much room for rod holders that you don't add a couple more. We see we have some tackle storage here, I presume. Yeah, look at that. Very nice, and drawers on the outside. Very nice. And yeah, nice helm area, big Garmin screen, 23, 24 inch, I presume. Electronics box up there. There's your ICOM radio. There's a Garmin screen up there too. Digital throttles. There's another ICOM radio here. Is this the bow thruster controls?
Bow thruster from the bow.
Yeah.
Spotlight control.
Very nice.
We have autopilot here.
Yeah. Garmin autopilot. Very nicely laid out.
Radar.
Yeah. And there's your compass. And then you have a huge opening here to fish. You do have some in-deck. I presume this is storage. That might be a live well in the center.
Can be.
Yeah, look at, wow. That's enormous.
Yeah.
Enormous. And more storage up front too.
Yeah, we have the largest Minn Kota.
Yeah. This is the Quest Instinct, the 100-inch model. Looks like. I have the same model, but the 87-inch on my boat. And then you have the Maxwell windlass here. And there's the controls for it.
Dedicated 36-volt battery system for the trolling motor that will also monitor the rest of the boat's 12-volt system.
Interesting.
And with your phone, you can have it charge the other
Very
batteries.
nice. So there's
as
some
needed.
redundancy.
Right.
Very cool. Now, Dave, the million-dollar question, and I'm hoping that's not the answer. If somebody reached out, what are we looking at outfitted like this? Can I guess first? I have no idea, right?
Yeah.
We haven't discussed price with
That's
me.
right.
So we said it's a 32. It's an 11-foot beam.
Yeah.
It's obviously got a whole bunch of doodads on it. Looks like it's nicely.
Undergunnel and underwater lighting.
Yep. I'm gonna guess
Outriggers.
650.
We're going to offer the boat at the show here for $680.
680. That was close.
The boat retails in the $775 range.
Okay.
But the retail price of this boat depends upon the owner or the
Right.
buyer
How
of
they
the
want
boat,
to
of
outfit
what
it.
they want. For this boat, for Stanley's boat, it just so happened to come out over 700. But in that range is
Very
where we
cool.
are.
And you see this mostly acting as a tender. So
Yeah, he has a 54-foot sport fisherman.
Very nice.
He wanted to tow it.
How do I become friends with Stanley?
Everybody's a friend of Stanley.
Seems like a friendly guy. He's
Yeah.
actually over there. He did not want to. He was a little camera shy, but a beautiful boat and just a cool story. A boat brand I never heard of, and he's been building boats. It sounds like for 40 years.
That's correct.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
And he still has boats and customers out there with the boats.
And I saw a lifetime hull warranty too.
We're offering a lifetime hull warranty, which we will make transferable upon inspection if somebody sells a used one.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, Dave, I appreciate the time.
Quite welcome.
Yeah, good luck at the show, and thank you for giving me an overview of this beautiful boat. And while I'm back here with Dave, we're going to extend it another couple minutes here, hopefully less than that. But Dave was explaining to me that you can see that the forward part of the boat is infused with Kevlar, and you can see the area here where we talked about this is really built as a boat to be towed behind. It's a tender. It's going to be towed behind a larger sport fisher. And you can see it's really overbuilt here. It's not going to fall apart. And the tendency, like you mentioned, Dave, of boats that are being towed is there's a lot of stress on them going down.
They're being pulled down instead of letting them go up and let their bottom take over.
Right. So the forward part of the boat is really reinforced to allow it to be towed.
That's correct.
Really.
The lifetime warranty.
Right. And a very unique boat. And again, a beautiful boat. Just amazing. And there's Mr. White right there in the white, ironically. All right. Let's see what we have next.
And yeah, I know the comments are already going to be, who the heck would buy that boat? I just thought this was a cool story. A beautiful boat. Fit and finish was fantastic. And yeah, it's likely a boat most of us will never need to buy. I presume most of us don't need to worry about a tender on our large sport fishing boat. But nonetheless, I thought it was a cool story. And again, a brand I never heard of that's been building boats for 40 years. 40 years, guys. 40 years, and I've never heard of them. Let me know in the comments what you thought of the boat. Have you ever heard of this brand? Hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, if you like these videos, hit that like button. If you're not already a subscriber and you like content like this, please consider subscribing. And if you're not already a member of the channel, please consider joining. Lots of perks associated with that, including early access to videos.